Oh, man, I hate Mondays.
Nah, man, it's Tuesday.
Wait. What day is it?
You know what day it is. Tuesday. Brewsday Tuesday.
Oh, fuck yeah! Oh, we're gonna get our hops on, It's Brewsday Tuesday with DreZ and Huck.
There it went. I only got halfsies on that one. The labels keep sliding off. I almost lost the whole bottle because it's falling off. It is Brewsday Tuesday time. It is DreZ in studio per usual. I'm joined Tuesday afternoons with my man Huck from Huck's Beer Buzz.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I was doing the cold water method of getting these cold for us.
Oh, yeah, dude.
That took the labels right off.
Yeah, but we should probably share that because that's a good way to get a beer cold quickly, right?
Yeah, you take some water, and then you put the beer in, and then you cover everything with ice. And then you throw it in the back of your Jeep and drive over here.
Yeah.
And the motion and the ice and the water cools the beer.
And another trick I've heard is if you got like a cold bottle or something, or a warm bottle, you're trying to make it cold, you wrap it with a wet paper towel and put it in the freezer.
Yeah, that'll work.
Is that a good trick?
Yeah,
unless
trick of the trade. Pretty high. Then,
and you forget about it.
Yeah, then you got beer fizzy.
That's what you don't want to do is forget about it in the freezer.
You can eat beer with a spoon. It'll be all right.
Yeah, but then it's shattered glass.
Well, you know.
Either way, I digress.
Guy ate a whole couch. Okay.
All right, so this is a Brewsday Tuesday that you've been talking about for a little while. And this is going to be interesting. This will be our first, we always we taste a beer, we review it and everything. This one, there's a little something special to this tasting.
Yeah, at the Beer Writers Conference, we always have different people come in and try to, broaden our horizons. And so this is a company out of Belgium. It's called, I got the box right here so I can read. It's Petrus beer, and it's from Belgium. And what happened was these guys have been around for hundreds of years, and they make beer, and they make beers in these things called faux-d'ors, which are kind of faux-d'ors.
Faux-d'ors.
Yeah, like Hodor, only faux-d'or.
Okay.
And they're like standing up barrels, not laying down barrels. And so they would make beer, and they make it in like 50-gallon batches. And every time they got a bad batch, they were being kind of frugal. They would take the batch, and they would go put it in the back warehouse. And this went on for a couple of years. Now they're 5 generations in. So generation 4, the dad said, well, we got all this beer in the back. We should do something with it. So why don't we, so we went back there. And
how long had it been there?
Oh, like some of it like 100 years.
What?
Apparently, yeah. So they tasted it around, and some of it was good, some of it was bad, different styles. And so they bought some new faux-d'ors, and they had to do something with them. So they poured all this beer in them to see what happened. And they went through this. It was really long for me because my attention span is short. But anyway, there's bacteria, there's enzymes, things happen.
Oh, good. So
yeah,
cheers.
So, cheers. So we're gonna have the pale ale first here.
There you go.
All right. So what they did is they took this beer and it's real sour, and they put together these different versions. And we have a pale ale, we have the Old Brun, and then we have the red. And then they also have a 50-50 red.
So we'll do the red and the 50-50.
And aged pale.
Next segment.
Right. So, and also in the next segment, after we finish tasting all their beers, we have these special glasses I brought. And we can make our own versions. Right.
So these are all sours.
They're all sours.
And that's because they're old and bitter? Like, what makes
because
what makes
of the enzymes.
Beer?
There's an hour-long explanation of the enzymes and the bacteria in the faux-d'ors. The faux-d'ors.
The faux-d'ors.
The faux-d'ors.
So what makes a sour beer is that they're using the faux-d'ors.
Yeah, well, the fat is the bacteria that grow in there naturally, and all your sour beers are made with bromycetiums. There's like 3 kinds. Like I said, it's a chemistry lesson, and I didn't do well in that in high school. Didn't take it in college, so I'm pretty much on my own here, just drinking some beer.
Okay, So long story short, I guess what makes a sour beer is chemistry.
Here's my read. Here's my read on this. Okay, and it's probably not. They probably shouldn't have given me this beer since I'm going to say this, but
this is like the most sour beer I've ever had in my life.
So I tasted these beers, and the last time I tasted them, I previously had a bunch of really good beers during the day. But today I haven't had any beer, so this is the first time I'm having today. So now
me too, fresh palate.
Right, fresh palate. So I'm like, these aren't that good. So I think this is another version of the American dream where these people, well, actually, the old Bruin is not bad. I haven't got to the red again yet, but so these beers are not that great.
I mean, unless you really love sour.
Correct.
I mean,
but what the concept is pretty good is, it's
to
like
mix it and build your own.
you can make your own flavor the way you like it. No one ever got broke over underestimating the, ability of the Americans to just drink anything. If you think about it, what's our best seller? Anyway, so bad beer sells well. So who knows? We'll see.
If you market it properly, it'll sell.
And that's what they were doing. And, they're talking about, the guy's fifth generation. Nice guy. They're both good looking young men, and all the ladies were liking them. So it went over real well. So I'm tasting these.
All right, well, I'm already about done with the pale. Did you already drink your pale, or have you switched? I see you're sipping the brown. Because since we're doing two, I wanted to untap the pale before I get to the brown, just to palate-wise to kind of keep it straight. So if you had to untap the pale, or I think you said you already have untapped it.
Yeah, no, I can look, but I think it was in the threes. Wasn't?
Yeah, it's definitely going to be in the threes, if that.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
It's super sour. I mean, like, if you like I generally like sour beers, but this is sour scale. It says right here on the bottle, this is a 5 out of 5. This aged pale from Petrus. Super sour, 7.3% alcohol.
Out of 5.
But so, I mean, honestly, like, for me, I like sour beers. This is just too sour for my taste. I'll give it a 3. I'll drink it. It's got a nice high ABV, and I'm just having a little taste here. I haven't had a full bottle, but I'm interested to see what I can do mixing wise though with it.
That's what we're gonna do in the next segment. So we'll leave that and move on to the brown. Yeah, I was in the 3 range. I think I was in the 3 range on all these.
Oh, see, now the brown's way more enjoyable, if you ask me.
Yeah, that's a 3 out of 5. Yeah. We could go ahead and hit the red.
Ode Brune. Ode Brune.
We could go ahead and hit the red.
You want to do the red too?
The mixed ones on
the next segment. All right, that's cool. Yeah, go for it. Pour it. Let's get crunk. Oh, look at that. That's pretty.
They're not lying about the color.
Come on, Huck. Come on, Huck.
Oh, I foamed you.
Yeah, dude.
Get a towel.
And yet again, the Bear Studio gets beer all over it. Where's those paper towels go from last time? Here
they we're out. It's been a long month.
Yeah. Here's some for over there.
Yes.
And some for over here.
So, I don't know. I mean, I think it's a good concept. I think these guys are doing 15 stops in 21 days, which means they may be gone by now. When did I go? I went the 7th of July. Yeah, so they're probably about done. They probably made it through the United States, and so it's up to whether or not your individual distributors are going to pick this thing up. Because that's what they were doing, is they're flying around the country doing their little song and dance, talking about the beer and the enzymes and all.
And it seems like you'd pretty much... I mean, I guess some people might want to drink some of them just individually, but the real sell is the whole mixing thing,
Correct.
I would imagine.
Correct.
That's the appeal of this.
And these guys apparently carry some good, some sours that they didn't throw in the photos in the back warehouse. He was jokingly saying that, his dad did this first part where he put it all in the big ones, and somebody said, well, what happened to all those old casks? Those old little foeders? Those would be great. And he goes, well, apparently my dad used them for firewood. He was very frugal. Runs in the family.
Hey, you got make the most of it.
Speaking of firewood or burning beer, as you know, I was at Floyd Fest this weekend.
I could tell from the T-shirt.
Oh, yeah, I did wear it, yeah.
Yep.
So they had the beers we drank last week. You remember the high test?
Drink that up real good, huh? The high test, that was my favorite.
Actually, we didn't, because somebody loaded 100 kegs of it onto a freezer truck. Took it to Floyd Fest at 17 below zero.
Not a fridge, a freezer.
Yeah.
So did it all go bad?
All of it exploded.
Nuh-uh.
Every keg.
You couldn't eat,
the kegs exploded.
No high test.
No, well, there was some.
So we were like the only ones.
There was one tap.
One keg that made it
One
through.
tap. I don't know how many kegs. One tap hidden in the garden area. I kept saying, where's
dude, that's
the
a bummer.
test?
That stuff was so good. And it's funny you mentioned that. I was actually at Parkway on Sunday. And it was the last day of Floyd Fest, and I went in there and I saw that they had the Floyd Fuel, and then I saw and they had that on tap, and I was like, all right, that's cool. So I was like, get a glass of that. And then they had the high test on the menu, so I was like, oh, you guys got the high test too? He's like, nah, man, we don't have the high test. He said, ended up being a bad batch. Had to pour it out. That's what he said.
poured it out through the bottom of the truck. So we were talking about. I mean, probably this is way out of school. I have no basis of fact on this, but I'm a I used to be a banker. I'm doing calculations in my head. I'm doing 100 kegs of beer.
Even if thinking about how much that,
even if there's sixtels,
how expensive that mistake may cost.
Yeah, there's sixtels, 5 gallons of beer, basically. Somewhere, it starts at around 18 grand for just buying them from the person. But if you think about the end use, you're talking 6 figures.
Yeah,
6 figures, mid 6 figures.
That's crazy.
Of what that 100 kegs of beer would have sold for at $6 every 12 ounces.
Yeah, damn.
Yeah.
Well, sorry guys.
Everybody took a hit on that one.
Yeah, no kidding.
So, well, and the worst case is, it's beer abuse, alcohol abuse.
Yeah, that's the real crime of it.
So this red's pretty good.
I haven't gotten to the red yet. I was about to do the brown.
Okay, do the brown.
This is the Oud Bruin.
Oud Bruin.
Oud Bruin from Petrus. I like it a lot better than the pale ale. So, I mean, it's still got some sour to it, but not super sour. 5.5% alcohol. I'd say the Oud Bruin's probably a good 3.75 in my book.
Yeah, I was still right on 3 with it.
Still on 3?
Yeah.
Not a big fan? Well, let me try the red now. I haven't given the red a taste yet. Ooh, the red's kind of sweet.
Yeah.
Is it like cherry?
I don't know.
Aged in oak fetters with cherries. Yeah,
cherries.
Right here.
Okay, that's what it is.
Wow, that's interesting. This one has a 2 out of 5 on the scale.
Yeah, so it's the least sour and the most sweet.
Yeah, it says it's 15% Foder beer, 85% double brown beer with cherries.
Ah.
And this one's 8.5% alcohol. Oh. So this one has the most alcohol, the least amount of sour, and some cherries. So
and cherries.
Needless to say, I think I'm liking this one the best.
All right. I did give it a 3 at the thing, but now I'm feeling better about it. So I'd probably go to a 3.5 on this one.
The cherry?
Yeah.
Let me take one more sip, and I'll be the judge.
You the judge. Here come the judge. Here come the judge.
Dude, can you believe that's 8.5% alcohol?
Yeah, I can. I can get the alcohol a little thin.
It's good. I love the cherries. It's like, because I'm a big fan of
I'm gonna have a good Christmas beer for you.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
This is good. I really like this. I'm gonna give this one a 4.25.
Good for you.
Maybe even a 4.5. That's really good.
Well, you just pre-selected 2 of your Christmas beers.
All right, the cherry flavor.
Yeah,
I like a little cherry rush to it.
2 of them.
Well, there you go. So, there's quite the range that Petrus has for their sour beers from the Foder range. I give the aged red, 4.25. The Oud Bruin, I thought that was what did I say, 3.75?
You did.
And then the other one, I gave it a 3. The pale ale went too sour for me.
Yeah, I was like, I'm 3. Well, I'm going backwards of you. The pale ale 3, the Oud Bruin at 3, and then the red I went to 3.5 on.
Well, I'll tell you what, man. What's going to be cool is mixing these together and see what we can come up with.
Make a 5.
Concoction. We'll see.
Yeah, you never know.
All right, well, we'll do that. We'll take a quick break. We'll do a little mixing, and we'll be back with round 2 of Brewsday Tuesday right after this. Hang on.